Hello everyone and welcome to Exam B. In this video, I'm going to discuss about a frequently asked question that how much time it is required to prepare for SEBI IT if you just start. There are many kind of students who are not well aware of the SEBI IT, who haven't given SEBI IT in past, and this is their first time when they are actually planning to give this exam. So they usually ask how much time it is required because many of them are working, many of them are non-working. So the thing that actually first lands in everybody's mind is how much time we actually need to put as an effort, as an unit to get into this exam. So first of all, there is no clear cut answer that how much time it is required. It depends upon how much understanding you have for a particular subject. Let's say if you belong to any other stream other than computer science and IT, where you do not have any programming experience or any technical knowledge on these subjects that come in the exam, you will require more time. But yes, there are some tricks that you can follow in order to reduce that time that you will be actually putting when you are just a newcomer and you don't have any idea about anything. So, in this particular thing, you have to keep three things in mind that are the three phases of this exam, and you have to keep a approach for all these three phases: phase one, phase two, and the interview. In phase one, you will be having the objective type of questions for IT. In phase two, you will be having coding questions. And in the interview, definitely you will be judged upon your personality, you will be judged upon your managerial skills, and on top of it, the technical skill, because that is the thing that you bring on the table. This is your specialization. So definitely you will be counted a lot, and that too in a practical aspect in the interview. So if you don't have a good amount of knowledge, you cannot survive the interview because it will come directly on your face. So now what we should do for each of the phases. So let's first understand the pattern of the exam. Pattern of the exam says you don't have to ace any particular level in the phase one. In the phase one, you have to accumulately get the 40% out of the 100% in order to write the phase two. So there won't be any kind of merit listing. You have to score this much or that much. There will be cutoffs, but yes, if you just fulfill the bare minimum of 40%, you will be able to sit for the phase two. So now we know that in phase one, we don't have to ace the exam. We don't have to top. We just have to qualify it. So phase one, I will say, is a qualifier, not an eliminator. For phase one, for those who don't have any prior experience for any of the subjects of IT, you guys can focus first of all on the programming concept because it has approximately 30% of the weightage in your technical paper for phase one. And for this only, you will not survive the boat. You have to learn at least DBMS, SQL, cybersecurity, and networking on top of it to actually get an understanding that, okay, you will be able to attempt 80% or 70% of the paper. And if you attempt 70% of the paper, you have to make sure that you are accurate enough to get at least 40% out of it. Like 40% should be convertible. So for all those who don't have any prior experience, they can just spend the time here. Why programming concept at the first? Because it will help you in your phase two as well, because it is the stepping stone and the main ladder that you have to actually climb to get in the final list. So from my side, I will suggest these chapters: programming concept, DBMS, SQL, cybersecurity, and networking for the IT part of the phase one. For all of those who don't have such amount of time to spend, like working professionals, and for all those as well who don't find themselves fit enough to learn the other parts like algorithm and other stuff. So yes, definitely you can survive the phase one with these many subjects. Now, let's address the second phase. In the second phase, you have to learn the programming, and that too in the three languages. Out of these three, you can choose one. It is not mandatory that you should know all the three. You can choose any one: Python, C++, or Java. That completely depend upon the person's choice. If you have coded ever in these three languages, you can choose which language you want to. But if you don't have any prior programming experience, then first you have to learn the language. Start learning the language of Python. It is easy to learn, it is more trending, it is more user friendly, and definitely this is the future of programming. So once you start learning Python, it will take less amount of time as compared to C++ and Java, and you will be having more time in order to get an expertise in the problem solving rather than just understanding the language. Okay, why you need this language? I have answered this question, but on top of it, just needing and understanding the language is not sufficient. You have to practice a lot of questions. So practicing is the key feature, or you can say it is the key thing which will actually help you to get in the phase 1. Sorry, in the phase 2. Now, how to do it and what actually is required? I will say you require medium level of coding skill with a lot of practice. If you lose practice and you're a very good coder, I barely doubt that you will be able to clear this exam. But yes, if you are a mediocre coder, but you practice a lot of questions up till medium level, you will be able to score a good mark in this exam, and maybe you survive the phase 2 as well. The phase 2 is very competitive. It is merit thing, and there you have to cut off, like you have to pass the cutoff of the 50%. On top of it, you have to get into the merit as well. There you cannot ignore the edge that this programming language can give you. Okay, so yeah, you will require a good amount of time for the practice question. I will answer the time roughly at the end of the slide, those who are just looking for a number. I'm more of talking about an approach, but all of those who are just looking for a number like 1 month, 2 month, or 5 month, or 1 year, I will answer that at the end. Okay, you won't get the answer here. First, you need to understand the process. If you understand the process, you understand what amount of time you will actually need. So the best person to answer how much time is required to prepare for SEBI IT, if you just start now, will be answered by you only, because you know from where you are starting. Now, there are some exam prep cycle that you actually should follow. The first thing is create practice exam. So you don't have to create. There are already exams that you can take from our website, that is www.exambi.com. You can practice a lot of questions there. Then this should be done at least 6 to 10 days prior to the exam. Okay, but I will say not 6 to 10 days. It will be near about 1 month prior for the phase 2 at least. For phase 1, yes, 15 days are sufficient. Take the exam, at least keep practice of giving the regular exams before 10 days of the exam, and specific sessions are required to revise. Then you again take the exam and just address what went wrong. Then again refresh and do the mental preparation just before the exam, and rinse and repeat for each exam. And this is the exam prep cycle that you have to follow during the entire course of preparation. Now, talking about the time. So a person who is barely starting will require at least 4 to 5 months to prepare SEBI IT, who don't have any idea. And if they are going to devote 4 to 5 hours daily, 4 to 5 months are needed. Then the second thing, who have literally some idea about the exam, they will require at least 3 to 4 months, because they need to revise a lot of things. And once you know little things and you have to revise everything, it actually creates a kind of memory sticking back. And then sometimes you will learn some concept which you already have learned in past, but you struggle to revise them. So yes, you will also require 3 through 4 months, less than like 1 month from the beginner. But yes, you require it. If you have just learned it but never brushed it up. For all those who are in continuous touch with this thing, I will tell you that you will require minimum of 1 month, and that to incorporate phase 1 and phase 2. For all those who are actually the pro in IT and who haven't been disassociated from the syllabus of IT, which is there in SEBI, as well as the coding. So you will require 1 month. That will require a lot of practice. That is the minimum time, I will say. So that was my answer to the question that how much time is required to prepare for SEBI IT if you just start now. If you like this video, do hit the like button. If you are an unsubscribed user, do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. You can prepare 50% faster with iExamB. And to do that thing, you have to check out our courses on our website. If you have any doubt, you can mention in the comment section, or else you can reach out to us at the number which is flashing on the screen right now, or you can write us your query at hello@exambi.com. So that was all from my side. See you in the next video. Till the time, keep practicing and stay updated.